Bro, look what I got today. This is my very first paper poly bag. Although maybe January 1st was the first paper poly bag for everybody. Lego Friends did come out with 2 new poly bags for January 1st. The one I got features Liann. It's called Flower Stand with Roses. And then there was another one featuring Paisley and her bunny Melody. Unfortunately, the Bricks and Minifigs I went to only had this one, but I'm glad that I was able to at least get one. Let me show you the freaking details of this thing, because when I went into Bricks and Minifigs, I deadass thought that they ripped into every poly bag, emptied it out, I don't know, and then like repackaged it or something. I knew that the paper poly bags were already a thing. I was already seeing pictures of it in threads and stuff, but this kind of looks like shit. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Listen. I'm not anti-environment. In fact, I am actually very, very excited to see what Lego's going to do regarding paper bags, you know, replacing the plastic and stuff. In big sets, I think it already works. The paper bags, there are no issues. In fact, the Liann's family house that I just built all had paper bags, and I had no problem with it. I thought it was wonderful. But I think it's because the print on there is literally just a number. It's not a very big deal. However, when it comes to the poly bags, the printing is god awful. It's just full color. It's pixelated. Nothing looks right. Liann kind of looks like the Julon, like, ghost girl thing. Anyway, I just know that a lot of people are going to be very pissed. Every company just kind of has to go through, see what works, see what doesn't. I do feel like this kind of doesn't work just from a quality standpoint. Lego is very popular and well-known for me too, for the quality. So hopefully the packaging gets better. So just wanted to mention that. But before I show you Liann's house, okay? Please wait for me, please. This is kind of cool too. I also got a new Lego Insiders redeemable thing here. It's called the 3D Play Scene, and I actually haven't opened it. So I thought it would be good to open this with you. We can see what's inside, because not a lot of people check out like the shitty, unpopular, redeemable stuff. So I'm here to do it, and I thought I would... That looks fancy. Wow, that is like a fancy little... Oh, that's the actual background stand itself. Okay, so it literally just says Lego Insiders on the front there. That's interesting. The back looks like that, just the Lego logo there, very, very simple. I was gonna say, not a lot of people really check out the very low tier, not actual sets, kind of shitty looking stuff, so I thought I would check it out and then also use it for when I show you Liann's house that I built today. The quality of this is pretty good, considering that this was a very, very cheap one. At least I think it was pretty cheap. Let me go ahead and stick the fencing in here. And fence, hold on. I thought it was a picket fence. It is not a picket fence. It is literally just the slots to put the other scenes in to make it look 3D. I don't know why. It just kind of had picket fence vibes for a second. Oh, just gonna be sliding this in here. Oh my god! I knocked my Sonic Boom Sonic over! But anyway, I want to become a Lego photography expert, you know? And I think having good backgrounds is gonna help. Because, like, look at the background I'm working with right now. Oh, yeah, I'm taking a picture of Liann's house, and, you know, the sky just happens to have some Hot Wheels on it, whatever. All right, so we got that standing up. It is standing up perfectly on its own. There is absolutely no issue there. It is kind of like a really, really, really thick, hard paper. Like, you cannot just bend this. You would have to try to bend it and ruin it for it to actually bend. Okay, so as you can see, this has kind of just a normal sky, normal meadow. I really like this background though, actually. I feel like that just works with anything. Medieval stuff, elf stuff, friend stuff, even Minecraft, honestly. It might work for everything. The other background sheet we have here, so this first one is this beautiful beach. It looks like it is a sunset. We do have the stars in the sky there. The colors are actually really, really nice. I like that a lot. And then on the other side, we have kind of another beach setting, actually. Double rainbow ring! What does that mean? Is that something for good luck? You have this nice little beach scene here. I feel like these are really good for some of the builds that I do. If you look carefully, the pictures here are also actually made of Lego bricks as well. Just a nice little detail. You got Lego crab right there. Those are all the backgrounds. you have 3 backgrounds. But you know what? I'm going to be nice to them because we have a lot of these, and maybe using all of these is going to really change up the backgrounds. Some of these do have a lot of detail, so maybe we don't need more than 3 backgrounds. For this one, we have the city that I freaking live in. Okay, I live in a valley. The pollution is so bad. Why does this look like horrible pollution? My city also does hot air balloons, so this literally looks like my city that I live in. Horrible pollution and hot air balloons. On the other side here, we have this really nice, beautiful castle. We got a bridge, a waterfall. This might be perfect for Lego elves, bro. That actually might work really well. Doing any photo shoots and stuff. Oh my god, the birds in the sky. It's freaking Lego. Oh my god. And then we kind of have like our medium-sized 3D scene here. So it's a whole snow scene. Wintry, very kind of Elsa-coded, honestly. This bridge is really Elsa-coded. Are those sprinkles on the freaking oh my god, those are sprinkles on the trees, dude. Going up to a tree and just, you know what I mean? And then on the other side, we have this kind of barn farm setup here. Another one I could probably use for Lego Friends when it comes to like some of the animal sets. We do have Autumn. She also does like horse riding and stuff. I know Aaliyah does too, technically. So a lot of even the modern sets I think would go really well with this scene here. And then finally, we have our smallest scene here. So our first one, what is this? What the hell is that? Oh, it's like a flower field. How beautiful. Orange flower field here. Another one that might actually work with some of my elf stuff. You know, I might be able to squeeze a little bit of a medieval setup in there too. Like a knight just going through the the knight isn't doing this, so that's the horse that's doing that, but the knight is riding the horse and it's just kind of trotting through a beautiful flower garden. I don't know, maybe his princess used to sit there, you know, before she got murdered. And then the other side of this one, we have an adorable picnic setup. Again, this one would be absolutely wonderful for friends. The friends girlies and the boys now too. They do a lot of freaking picnics, dude. They live in a great world. But yeah, that's also really cute here. So I'm gonna see if I can do any scenes. This might be good for Liann's house because she looks like she lives in kind of an urban area. You know that pollution's awful. Actually look like pollute. Do you see that like fog and stuff? Man, that's too real. So yeah, I'm gonna try this with Liann's house, but I'm also gonna try it out with some other sets after, just so I can really give you a full idea of how the 3D scene stuff works. Because some of them is definitely not going to go with Liann's house, but some of them will look really good with others. So ran into some trouble here. Liann's house is way too freaking big for this 3D scene play. You know, you can probably see, like, what I tried to go for. I think it has to be smaller. I think I might have to go into, like, full photography mode and do, like, close-up pictures and just have a little bit of the background showing. Ooh, just a little drip of the background. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look good. Obviously, the sides. Oh, man, God. My plans are ruined. Anyway, it's fine. I'll show you Liann's house, and then let's find some smaller sets for the 3D play scene. Firstly, as far as mini dolls go, you do have Liann. It would be so funny if we had Liann's house with no freaking Liann. We have her mom, Michelle, who kind of reminds me of my own mother. We have Nova here, the gamer. Nova's one of my favorite girls, and I do have something to criticize about her. But we'll bring that up in a little bit here. And then we also have Paisley. We've definitely seen this Paisley outfit before too, so not that many new torsos as far as I know. But what I am wanting to complain about regarding Nova is obviously helmets are very important when you're skateboarding and stuff. Why does she grow like 3 inches when she puts a helmet on? Let me show you. This is her hair now, right? This is just her normal hair. Who is this? I'm dead ass. Who is that? That's not Nova. That's not Nova. I have a lot of Nova mini dolls, and this is not Nova. Listen, man, I know that Lego, you know, they have specific molds that they use throughout specific periods of time and stuff, but I feel like this is freaking crazy, right? Like, I wish they just gave her... I feel like it would have been better if they just gave her a helmet and made her look like semi-bald. You know, that's usually the way we go. But no, they were like, actually, she has hidden extensions that come out when she puts the helmet on. Yeah, whatever. Also, in case you were wondering, I do believe that this is the new purple, which is also all over the top of the house. Look at that beautiful, what is it called? Roofing? Beautiful. But let's go ahead and get started on the side here with the skateboarding area. Firstly, I just want to say these are all printed tiles. Yes, the axolotl, the spray paint, the lightning, the stripes, everything is completely printed, which I absolutely love. I love these new droopy leaves that we have on the trees, and they really are utilizing it. They utilize it again on the other side of the set here. A little paint roller. Of course, Liann is an artist. She paints a lot. She's actually done quite a few murals already in Heart Lake City. I really like this like safety ramp here that's in the nice silver tube piece. We got water bottles there in case the girls get thirsty while they're doing their skateboarding. We do have 2 skateboards. This one, I believe, is Liann's technically. I think, I could be wrong, actually. And then this one is kind of like a, hey, le awkward llama, random llama, you know, situation. We do have a little boombox back there. That is a sticker, not printed. I believe these are the only things that are printed besides some of the stuff in the refrigerator that we'll be getting to here. So we do have a little mailbox. Of course, that is one of the Lego pieces that you can flip out. You can put some mail in there if you want. Right now, Liann's mother, Michelle, is actually taking that mail with her. If you collect Lego Friends sets, you might also recognize Liann's mom, Michelle. I believe she runs, like, the noodle shop on the top floor of the Heart Lake City Mall. My spouse was like, oh my god, that's so racist. And I was like, but that's so accurate. Who else would be running a noodle shop at the mall? You know what I mean? So, she does run the noodle shop at the mall. Inside the kitchen, there's a lot of noodle references. We love Michelle here. And again, we do just have Paisley. It seems like Paisley and Nova are just visiting their friend Liann today. Liann, come out and hang out with your friends. My mom would have been like, good God, come down here and socialize, damn it. Okay, Mom, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm 28 years old. Anyway, rest of the house. Here is that other part where we have the droopy leaves, except what I love is that now we're having them go up. Now, I don't really know how to feel about this plant. I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like it looks a little bit weird. Maybe if these were a little closer. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's really my favorite plant style, but you know, we'll go with it. We do have just some potted plants here. We have a door with a little pet door here too, although I don't recall Liann owning a dog or a cat. I believe she just has animals that go in those glass cages. We kind of have a little bit of a stained glass situation here, a nice pink and blue, and that's going to show up here as well. I love how the upstairs looks, by the way. We have so many windows, so many light coming through. I love when designs have that. And on the roof, another thing that I absolutely love is we have clear glass on the roof, and right under is going to be Liann's bed, meaning that when she goes to sleep at night, she can literally just look through the window and at the stars. That's kind of bougie. We have our little balcony here that can barely hold a mini doll, and let me tell you, once you open that door, that mini doll is falling off the balcony, so be careful. The other side honestly looks like shit, but I think the reason why is because it is meant to connect to other stuff. I do believe that this house would look really freaking good next to the apartment set that we got last year. Might also fit really well with like the Unity Street one, but I do think that those would hook in really well here, and the paths are actually really similar, so I think these are meant to be kind of like modular, semi-modular, you know? Back is definitely not the most beautiful, but that's often how it is with like some of the building sets, you know, is unless you're getting one of the actual Lego modular buildings, the back is not gorgeous. Although I am a 28-year-old, completely grown, these are also technically meant for children. It's kind of supposed to be dollhouse style, so you can easily access the stuff inside. On the inside here, we do have a small kitchen. Now, on the top drawer, we have little chopsticks. In the refrigerator, we have a bunch of stuff. We have milk, orange juice, and the noodles. Those are all printed. I think next to the noodles, I'm pretty sure that is sriracha. And then on the very bottom, you can tell it's supposed to be like a freezer, I think. We have frozen pot stickers. So, Michelle, care to explain? You own a noodle restaurant, don't you sell pot stickers there? Is it all frozen by any chance? I thought it was all made in-house. We might have a scammer here, but anyway, here we have a picture. I believe this is Liann, and I think the kids' names were Victoria and maybe Peter or something. They are twin siblings, I believe twin siblings. Do come in some other sets. I know that they come in the Unity Street set too, I believe. You have a little sink, some dishwasher soap is what it looks like, a frying pan. I do think that might be some soy sauce and maybe some sweet rice wine there or something. On the top cabinets here, it's a little tight back here. We do have a stack of dishes. I know you can't see anything. I'm sorry. It's not too exciting, I promise. We do have some koi fish over there. You know, Michelle. She's very cultural. She likes to stay in touch with wherever she comes from. We got horses up there, so I think they might be like half cowboy, and I was getting Chinese vibes. Half Chinese, half cowboy. We have some bamboo growing on the front, a gaming controller, and then we have a little panda game going. Oh my gosh, that's actually really cute. And then we have two cabinets that had some transparent stickers on there. We got lucky knots. They're repping their culture, dude. That rocks. We love to see it. So instead of a staircase, we actually have a ladder. This house looks really good from the front, and then once you go to the back, you're like, oh, they don't even have stairs? But it seems like Liann does have her own personal bedroom, along with a pet axolotl named Bubbles, and then, of course, Popcorn. Popcorn has shown up in many sets. He's been here basically since day one. I feel like Bubbles is a little bit new. Liann, of course, loves to draw, so she does have her own little drawing station, and guess what? I want to say that's an Elves reference. At least I think so. I could be wrong, but I swear to God that's an Elves reference. She can climb her little ladder and get on top of her bed. She does have one of the like space UFO related comic books sitting on her bed there. Anyway, I am really jealous of Liann's setup actually. Just the fact that she has these windows like right above her bed is so awesome. And then we have a tiny little bathroom. Everything in there is gonna be stickers. We have a toilet. Oh my God, thank God she flushed. Ugh. And then we have a sink that surprisingly looks really modern and good. We have the sticker on there just to mirror some plants, toothbrushes, toothpaste, just the basics. Is this a light or a shower? I actually have no idea. I thought it was a shower, but now that I'm looking at it, it might just be a light. The floors here, the tiles look really nice, but it was a little bit tedious. I don't really know if it was necessary or not, but the colors definitely like match with everything else in the house. So overall, I absolutely love this house. I love how it looks. I love that there is a skateboarding area, although I feel like they have been pushing the skateboarding thing just a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. I feel like there are some other hobbies, activities, and stuff that they could look into besides skateboarding. We have had so many goddamn skateboard ramps. We had a whole skateboard ground, like a playground, right? So I feel like we can kind of tone it down a little bit on this whole skating thing. I do really like these tiles here. By the way, these do just come out. So if you wanted, you could do a different design and just switch it out super duper easily. I absolutely love all of the arches around the house, over every window, over the door. The balcony looks great. I always love balconies, stuff like that. The roof looks absolutely awesome. I'm really digging that new purple, and we have this really nice masonry brick color now too. Kind of a fleshy pink. That kind of sounds gross, but that's what it looks like. It looks fleshy. I always like to see just bright, vibrant colors with masonry bricks, you know, not just the grays and the browns and the whites. We like to see some other colors, you know. That's why I got real excited when I got a bunch of the like light purple lavender masonry bricks a couple years ago. I also really do like how much effort they put into kind of showing Liann's cultural side. I thought that was cute. I don't know. For me, it was very relatable because I'm also from like a mixed family. I have been absolutely loving all of the new friends' houses. They are incredible builds. Autumn's house was amazing. Obviously, Andrea's modern mansion was an insane build. Ollie and Paisley's houses looked really good. If you're interested in this set, if you're thinking about buying it, I definitely recommend it. It was a really great build. Love the colors. Love how it looks. It would look so good in any sort of city build that you might have going. Okay, so I brought in some elf sets, and I'm gonna see if perspective is going to save this thing, okay? Because I feel like this little background with the castle, the nice little rainbow and sun in the sky, the little bridge, this goes with elves. So I'm gonna try to make it work, and I will show you the pictures. So those are the photos. I know what you're thinking. Those look like shit. They look like shit. I know they kind of look bad. I don't know if it's because I'm just bad at photography or if it's because these are kind of ass. Felt like these are kind of ass, okay? And I was gonna do one of the, you know, snow ones with the forest and the ice bridge and stuff. I have one of Elsa's castle, so I was gonna do it with Elsa's castle. It doesn't fit, like, at all. It does not fit. I don't know, it's like $100 set. I can't remember the piece count, but it's not like the biggest set out there. It's gotta be a small ass set, dude. Even like the small elf set barely fit. I think I will definitely try to play around with it because I do like close-up pictures. I'm definitely gonna play around with it. I think it'll look okay. It'll look okay if it was like super close-up stuff and like you can just see a little bit of the background. So would I recommend this to anybody? The 3D play set that you could get through the Insider's rewards. Probably not. Unless you have like a kid that is specifically, Mommy, Mommy, oh my God, I want this so bad. Okay, shut up. Shut up. I'll get you the damn thing, you know? If it's one of those cases, I think it's fine. If you're really good at photography and you're like, I could make it work, then it might be fine. For the average person like myself, although let me say, I kind of like this folder. This folder is really nice. When you're a nerd, it's like, it doesn't matter what the contents are sometimes. If it has the big logo on it, bam, it's worth $1 million to you. I don't regret getting it. Like I said, I'm going to play around with it, but I'm not like, oh yeah, I would highly recommend this to anybody. I'd be like, you know, if there's something else, you should probably get the something else. So that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed my LEGO Insiders Rewards 3D play scene, as well as the Liann house that just came out January 1st. Absolutely love the house. Would definitely recommend to anybody who is interested in LEGO Friends, buildings, interesting parts, the new colors. I'm super excited to start building some of the other January 1st LEGO Friends sets too. Thank you again, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!